News coming in from the Supreme Court hearing the matter on Abhaya's rape and murder case. The order says police shall ensure that necessary conditions are created for ensuring safety of all doctors, including provisions for separate duty rooms, toilet facilities, installation of CCTV cameras. Doctors should first return to work and they must come back to work and do their notice. That's what they say. In fact, the Chief Justice of India says, let the doctor come back and join duty and we will ensure all facility is given to them. If they don't, then adverse action will be taken. This is the Supreme Court and its order saying clearly asking the doctors to get back to work. Doctors should first return to work and they must come back and then do their notice. Let me cut across to Shrishti Ojha for more on that. Shrishti, please tell us more on what the Supreme Court of India has said when it comes to the doctors now in protest, seated 3 weeks on.
Well, Nabila, as we also saw on the last occasion, the court had very clearly asked the doctors, all the protesting doctors, to resume their duties and get back to work, also assuring that if they do get back to work, no coercive action against them would be taken by the state. Now, today, in very clear and categorical terms, the Supreme Court has now said that the doctors must resume their duties. They have a duty towards the society and they must resume their duties again, while also asking the police to ensure that ensure appropriate facilities for their safety and security, and also the other facilities that are required for them to resume their duties. But very strictly, the court has now said that if the doctors resume their duties by 5 p.m. tomorrow, no adverse action will be taken against them. However, if they fail to get back to their work, adverse action will be taken. The court has also recorded a statement by West Bengal's counsel, Senior Advocate Kapil Sibal, that if the doctors do in fact resume their duties, no adverse action, including any form of punitive transfers, will be taken against them. But well, as we see today, court again clearly saying that doctors can't just say, the court said that they are aware of the situation on ground, but doctors need to resume their work. Doctors can't just simply say that because senior doctors are already doing their duties, junior doctors don't need to go to work. So a clear direction from the Supreme Court that the doctors now need to get back to their duties, while also stating that they will ensure, the court will ensure that it will ensure their safety and security and proper protection as is needed. Clear directions to the police and also the district collectors to make sure that the facilities that they need, be it separate duty rooms, separate toilets, etc., installation of CCTV cameras, etc., all must be ensured and all must be taken care of. But doctors will now have to get back to their work in terms of Supreme Court's direction. That's at least what the court's direction is, by 5 p.m. tomorrow. If they fail to do so by 5 p.m. tomorrow, then adverse action will be taken. Now, this direction has come in after we saw West Bengal's counsel tell court that around 6 lakh doctors have still not joined their duties. Around 23 deaths have already been reported because doctors have not resumed their duties. They've also pointed out that 54 police personnel in the state have been injured. One has even lost his eye. The doctors have also refused to treat the police personnel who have been injured. So all these statements we saw coming from the council for the state of West Bengal, in response to which the court tried to find out if the doctors have in fact gotten back to their duties or not. And this was followed with the direction from the top court that the doctors need to join their duties again, failing which now this is the first time that the court has said. Until now, the court kept saying that adverse action will not be taken, but now the court has clearly said that if they fail to resume their duties even now by 5 p.m. tomorrow, then adverse action will be taken against these doctors. Now, other than that, we've also seen court go through CBI's status report today and has also asked for a fresh status report in 1 week's time again to CBI to go ahead with its investigation, and the court will again consider the status report which will be submitted by the CBI on Tuesday, which is next week. Other than that, we also saw some allegations come up with regard to the manner in which the post-mortem was conducted on the day on that particular day in the evening, one of the lawyers making claims and alleging discrepancies, not only in the manner in which the postmortem was conducted, but also the report of the postmortem. The court has noted that the discrepancies which are being alleged, all these are already something that the CBI's investigation is already investigating, and the CBI has been asked to go ahead with this investigation. Court also clarifying that it cannot ask CBI how to investigate. The investigation is in progress. The probe agency will be going ahead with investigation, and the court will be considering the status report after 1 week. One important question that we saw the court put to the state of West Bengal today was with regard to the post-mortem. If the challan which is required to go with the dead body for the post-mortem is not on record as of now, where is that challan is what the court asked. How could the doctor have conducted the post-mortem without having a proper official request to that in that regard? We saw the West Bengal Council say that they did not have the concerned document with them as of now, but they will be getting instructions. Court also noted that that particular challan for post-mortem is not something that is part of the CBI's records as well. It's not been handed over to the CBI either. So that particular form is something that the court has asked for from the state of West Bengal, and it has also clarified that it will be examining that document during its hearing on the next date. So also we saw the court point out that there's a 14-hour delay in registration of the FIR. Court questioned when was the unnatural death case registered by the police that particular day. Remember, even on the last occasion we had seen the court had put similar questions to state of West Bengal, and there we saw that there was lack of clarity on that particular day with regard to when was a UD case officially registered. Court had questioned that if the police had figured out that it was an unnatural death case in the morning itself, why was there a delay on registration of that particular case?